Hey everyone, appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group and happy Labor's Day if you're from the USA. I think today is the day that we celebrate working people, and here we are reflecting that working and on the holiday. Uh, I'd like to welcome Trevor from the team. Trevor's from a project called Tectum, which we've done an AMA with him a while back. Uh, they bring us something that I have never heard before. So very excited to get the updates and get into the details of the project. So with that, Trevor, thanks so much for being here. Great to see you again. If you can start out introducing yourself and give us some insights to your background experience, please.
Yeah, thanks, and great to be here again. And good, it's great to have people on board, considering it's bank holiday out where yous are. So happy Labor Day for everybody. Yeah, so myself, I'm Trevor McCarter. I am the COO of ChrisMind, the parent company for our blockchain, or Tectum blockchain. And a little bit about my background is probably in about 2016 was when I first got introduced into Bitcoin blockchain technology, and got heavy into it. Came from before that I was really big into gold and silver, hard assets, things of that nature. So obviously I had a transition onto the Bitcoiners, the maxis, and around that time, when I was studying up about it, I got deep into the rabbit hole and realized that Bitcoin is going to be a spectacular thing. But one thing I could see in the future was congestion problems on the network that would then go on to have high network fees. And if Bitcoin wants to be a world currency, then high fees is just going to be a non-runner for a good portion of the world. There's a lot of countries out there that are suffering from inflation, and they can't really afford $5, $10, $50 transaction fees just to make a transaction safely with their Bitcoin. I remember kind of spotting that at the time, and once we got into the next bull run, as the price of Bitcoin went into hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars, we started to see that play out. So I started looking at scaling solutions for Bitcoin, going down that rabbit hole, and that's when I came across Tectum blockchain and the innovations that they were doing. Read up the white papers, studied it, got in touch with the chief architect, Alexander Gusov, and started my journey with Tectum. And it's been a roller coaster of a ride since then. And prior to that, my experience was pretty much in operations in a couple of different industries, mainly manufacturing and agricultural. So whenever I got, and that requires the cutting edge of technology. You have to be on the real edge there for automations, AI, that kind of thing. So it was a good transition into the crypto industry. And basically my role, day-to-day role, is to ensure everybody works to a safe operation there, deadlines are met, etc. And keep an eye on all the resources, all operations in each and every department. The company itself, just a brief background about the company. ChrisMind itself has been trading for well over 9 years. Well over 9 years. They started off as a grassroots B2B service company, and as the years moved on, they started developing a DLT for a private company. Then that company went into administration, and we were left with this underlying technology. we started to realize that, well, after a lot of research and development, we realized that the world doesn't need another coin or another token just to be minted or emitted, but it needs it needs a scaling solution. Bitcoin, we believe, needs a scaling solution, and then that's how we came across our first generation of technology for helping Bitcoin transactions, as well as evolving into the Softnote, which is our flagship product. So over the many years, we then made it from just a DLT, put a consensus mechanism, all the things that you need to try and make it decentralized and more user friendly, for that environment. And then the team has grown. We're very developer heavy, because we've all of our code is our own. We're a full stack development company that's developed everything from the ground up, and that's including a fully functional blockchain, explorers, 3-factor authentication, Grid Messenger, hashing algorithms, all these different types of technologies. It's all been done in-house. And over the last year or two, we've sort of played catch up on the marketing side. And that's basically led us up to this day. And a few months ago, we got to our token launch. But that's basically myself and the company in a nutshell.
Thanks for that introduction there, Trevor. Yeah, I mean, like last time, you guys, we talk about your team, and I think that's very important. When I assess a project, I always look at the team, and everything is transparent. You guys had assembled a very, very amazing team, comprehensive. I mean, background, business to the blockchain, like you mentioned, having everyone in house. That's actually very important as well. But yes, Softnote is your flagship product, which is a term that I've never heard before, and it's actually unique to your project only. And we were talking about jiu-jitsu. I think it's one of the most effective discipline out there, and it seems like you guys are trying to do that. It's want to be the most effective, or the BJJ of the payment system, right? You guys recognize that the inefficiency of the Bitcoin, which is the scalability issue of Bitcoin. But at the same time, you want to have the decentralization, the security, the privacy on the Bitcoin blockchain. But you take it whole to the different level. Even I look at it, and you guys probably heard of Lightning Network, and I feel like you guys took it to another step above Lightning Network as well. So let's get into the Softnote and how it works. Now we know that Lightning Network, Trevor, it records finalized transactions. Bitcoin, it has the scalability issue. What's the difference between you guys and, let's say, Lightning Network?
Yeah, great question. And so to sort of go back, we came up with our first scaling solution, and that was basically a layer 1 scaling solution for Bitcoin, and which we can still do today. So anybody can have a Tectum wallet and transfer Bitcoin from one user to another for about 15-20 cents dust fee for the transaction, and it's verified within a second. When we first came across this, we thought we had hit the moon. It's like, wow, we've created a scalable solution on layer 1. As we tested it more thoroughly, we realized that yes, we could we could make it cheaper and faster for your Bitcoin transactions, but we could and the issue that we would have is we'd fill up a Bitcoin block in a very short amount of time, and then we'd still have to wait until that block was verified, and then a new block would open up. So we were always limited by the fact that it takes about 7 to 10 minutes to fill up a block on the network. So we got back to work and thought to ourselves there, we have made it cheaper and faster, but it's still not fully scalable. It will help to a certain degree, but it doesn't make us, it's not the ultimate scaling solution. The ultimate scaling solution, we believe, was combining that technology that we found on the Bitcoin network and combining it with our very own technology on our network and kind of merging the two. And what we came up with was the Softnote payment system. And I'll explain what Softnote is and how we're different to the Lightning Network. But a Softnote basically is a Bitcoin wallet that's created with a fixed amount of Bitcoin inside that wallet. The Softnote represents that, and then we change the ownership from the Softnote from one person to the other. So the Bitcoin doesn't move anymore off the Bitcoin network. It stays on the network on that block, and we just issue out a Softnote to represent it. At all stages, you can check to make sure that there's Bitcoin inside that Softnote, that the face value has got the right amount by copy and pasting the public address and putting it onto an Explorer, or you can check yourself through our wallet through a link. And to get deep into it there, it does become very complex. It's simple, but it's complex. You sort of have to change how you fundamentally know cryptocurrency in order to sort of figure out what we've done. But from a user perspective, it is very simple there. It's very similar to the old ways with gold when it used to be money many, many years ago. People would have gold coins in their hands. They would use that to buy goods and services. Then gold became too heavy and cumbersome, so then it was put inside a bank, or a third party would keep it and then would give you a redeemable token or currency. And that's what what we have today, is just currency backed by nothing. A Softnote basically replicates that system, and the Bitcoin is there. You're always able to manage it, and at any stage with your Softnote, you can burn it out of existence and get the private keys of that actual wallet, and then you're back into the layer one. But that means you're back into congestion and fees. The beauty about this system is you're able to pay for goods and services with actual Bitcoin on a Softnote, and it's free and absolutely instant to the user. We don't charge anybody to use our system except for merchant terminals, which we can talk about a little bit later. So we believe we've changed the paradigm. It takes a little bit of studying to get into it. To sort of, because we've explained Softnote in many different ways, and it takes a while before you sort of hit that red pill moment or eureka moment where everything comes together. We don't settle any transactions on the network, and that's what makes us fundamentally different from the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network, when it first came out, it basically uses multi-signature wallets, and that means you have to open up a channel from the Bitcoin network, and when you're finished with transactions, you have to close the channel again. So you're only scalable to a certain degree, kind of like our first technology, but ultimately it will hit the scalability problem. And we've already seen this whenever Lightning Network was rolled out in El Salvador. I believe within a week, a lot of people, they were all excited to have Bitcoin as legal tender, and they were using it at KFC. But what people were finding was, to settle the transactions, they were still waiting 30-40 minutes for a settlement to occur before they would get their chicken. and that is because the Lightning Network from the very get-go wanted to settle on the Bitcoin network. So all you're doing is going round in a circle just to end up with the same problems. And that, that's where we come in. We're much different than that. Our solution runs on our blockchain. Our blockchain has got the throughput of over 1 million transactions a second. So theoretically, we can make over 1 million Bitcoin transactions on the Softnotes. And that's what really sets us apart. And that's where we think we can really become the ultimate payment system for basically the entire world. And that's where we're at with the Softnote idea. We've been working on this for about 2.5 years now, more, 2.5, 3 years. And we're at a point in which people can go into their Softnote wallet, they can mint Softnotes filled with liquidity, and take part in the revenue system that I can explain more as well. We've got a merchant terminal as well. So basically, all the development is there. We're fine-tuning some of the front end development there, so it's much more user friendly, because again, we're very development heavy, and we're just sort of we're in beta mode. We like to get people to sort of use our wallet, give us feedback on where we think we can improve on it. But that's basically Softnote in a summary, as well as what sets us apart from the Lightning Network.
Yeah, I appreciate that explanation there, Trevor. Like, you're correct. One thing about Lightning Network is that, like you said, when the channels close, or the final balance, they consolidate and it records on chain, the single transaction on chain at the final stages of it. But you guys, to me, it seems that you guys literally just move the whole ownership of BTC. Even Lightning Network, it seems like they break it down in, like, it's still trying to move BTC, but you guys are aiming for moving the whole ownership, like the whole wallet, from one person to the next person. Is that correct on my statement there, Trevor?
Yeah, 100%. Basically, every Softnote that you see that's got liquidity inside is a Bitcoin wallet with Bitcoin inside, and all you're doing is exchanging wallets. You're exchanging wallets from A to B. At any stage, you can use an access code, get into that wallet, and then our smart contract releases the private keys, and then you've got access to that wallet, and you're free to move that from that wallet to another wallet. So that's basically what Softnotes are, is a Bitcoin wallet with Bitcoin inside, and you're exchanging it for goods and services. It's a very simple idea, and we believe that is going to be the future of Bitcoin, because we all know, as the price of Bitcoin goes up and up and up, and ordinals are now starting to get into the scene, all of this just means bigger fees and higher congestion, and eventually that is going to cause Bitcoin to a point there where not many people are going to use it, because we're going to be waiting hours and hours and hours, if not days, if there isn't a scaling solution. And we believe that Softnotes, our idea was Softnotes, which is just basically putting Bitcoin into a wallet and handing the wallets from one wallet, one Softnote wallet to the next for goods and services. That's a no-brainer. That really is a no-brainer for us. So you hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah, and it's like you put it, it's very the simplicity of it is actually pretty amazing. That it's kind of in awe, because when you actually kind of doing the analysis on it, it's like, man, this kind of makes sense, right? Instead of having BTC chain blocked up or congested, you guys are literally aiming to move one ownership, one wallet in a sense, to the next person, with a serial number or a passcode. And I want to get the detail of that, how that works as well. But it's actually kind of ingenious way of approaching it. Yeah, and I think that's the only way that we're able to scale up the BTC blockchain. I know Lightning Network. It seems to me that they are trying, but I feel like they did not go to the next level, and I think you guys are actually doing it. Um, but yeah, so let's talk about let's say I want to set up a wallet. Could you walk with me on the process of how I can do that, or a soft note?
Yeah, sure. So basically, you can go to our website, softnote.com, and one of the first things you see is get wallet. You click on that, you open up a wallet. It's it's very similar to your standard wallets, and you've basically got your traditional crypto wallet in one side, and you've got your Softnote wallet on the other side. And the crypto wallet works exactly like a traditional crypto wallet. But then when you go into your Softnote wallet, uh, you've got a couple of options. You've got Mint House. So basically, in order for a soft note to be in existence, you need to mint a soft note. That's where our native token comes in. The only way a soft note can be minted into existence is if you've got a Tectum a token, a TET token, or it's the primary utility is minting bundles of soft notes in fixed denominations. So it's very similar to cash. You know, whenever you open your wallet, you've got your $1 bill, $2 bills, $5 bills, 10, 20, 50, 100. There's a fixed denomination of Bitcoin. So it means that it's fungible, just like cash. You know, you can exchange for this amount for that amount. When you mint a soft note, it's basically a serial number and a passcode on the back end, and the lower end is a smart contract, and then someone needs to come in and fill that soft note with liquidity, with Bitcoin. So you can do it yourself. You can go from your Softnote crypto wallet, take Bitcoin, fill the bill, fill all bills with Bitcoin, with very little fees because of the way we structured our network, and then you have got soft notes inside your Softnote wallet. Then with that, you've got two options. If you want to, let's say you wanted to go to the store and buy something, you've got uh, a public way of doing it or a private way of doing it. The public way of doing it is basically where our system does everything for you. You don't need to worry about serial numbers or passcodes or anything like this. You just need to go in, buy your stuff, and then use the wallet just like Apple Pay. So the merchant will say X, that will cost X amount of Bitcoin. You'll type that amount into your wallet, and the system will do the rest. But for some of us here who really love being private and being anonymous, what you can do is make a payment off chain and off wallet. And that means you take full sovereignty of that soft note. It's exported out of your wallet, so it's off wallet and off chain. And then at that point, you need to take down the serial number and the passcode. And then if you want to if you want to go and buy something, you give the password to the merchant. The merchant then taps that into our blockchain and into our system. That passcode is then regenerated into a new passcode, and then the merchant now has ownership of that soft note. And the only thing our blockchain takes a ledger off is the serial number and the old passcode. So on the system there, we can see there's the old passcode, there's the serial number, there's the timestamp. that means that there was a new password generated, and someone has now got ownership of that soft note. It's completely anonymous because there's no recipient or anything like that. There's no information other than serial numbers and passcodes. We don't have anything else. And that's very interesting, considering that even with your Bitcoin wallet, even as anonymous as you'd like to think, I believe 80% of all Bitcoins out there right now are KYC'd. And so that means it's not very hard to realize where the remaining 20% is. And we've seen that play out. We've seen in Canada last year, there was certain bodies that were able to seize crypto assets. And a lot of people thought, well, wait a minute, how can that be? I mean, crypto is anonymous and private. So with Softnote, you can export your Softnote outside the wallet, off the chain, and it's fully in your hands and fully anonymous. So there's kind of the two ways of doing it there. You can either be in the private sense, export it out, and you've got your serial number, you've got your passcode, that's your ownership to that Bitcoin wallet. Or you can play it safe and make payments just on your wallet itself. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. So it seems to me that, you don't need to be, it can be done off chain. It can be done pretty much anywhere to transact Softnote, correct?
Sorry, what was that? You were cutting in and out.
Oh, I said that it seems to me that you can transact Softnote without an internet, without being on chain. So I can do this pretty much anywhere. Am I correct on that?
Yes. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Now, Trevor, when you say you use the native token TET to create Softnote, so that Softnote is pretty much represent. You stated as it provides a serial code and a passcode, but that's pretty much the wallet itself, correct? Then you fill in the BTC or other tokens, correct on that? So Softnote is pretty much a wallet that's generated, right?
Yeah. So you open up your Softnote wallet. At that stage, you've got zero balance. And then if you've got TET tokens inside your wallet, you can then exchange one TET token for a bundle of 100 soft notes. Those soft notes then are in an unfilled status, because there's two trustees to this transaction. There's the minter and the liquidity provider. You mint the bill, and then it's in an unfilled status, and then you have got the choice of filling that Softnote bill with funds, predetermined funds, or it goes into a pool in our system, and then someone else can fill liquidity onto that Softnote. Once the liquidity is filled, then it's a filled Softnote, and then that's what you can. Then you've got the passcode. The passcode is generated. You've got the ownership to that bill, and then you can go out and that balance will be shown inside your wallet.
Got it. All right, and I feel this would be, like one of the problems that we have right now for adoption is that, no one's able to tap into the retail space, the retailers, and I feel like this is actually, I guess it will take time, but I feel like this is the way. This is actually very efficient to transact at retailers. Is that your focus? Is that one of you guys' focuses to get into the retail space?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The idea from the get-go was basically to tap into the microtransactions market. So basically anything from $100 less, not limited to $100 there, but that was kind of the main aim, because we believe that based on what's going on now, we all know that legacy systems is really crashing. It's really imploding. The dollar is slowly going back to zero, and inflation is running rampant. when these things happen, people tend to flood to something that they know about. The older generation, they'll probably flood back to gold, silver, things of that nature, because they're used to that there. But a lot of people that's under 40 years of age, that is used to the digital world, we're going to need some kind of currency in order to rebuild, basically rebuild the world, and trust one another again for transactions. And that's probably going to be Bitcoin. Like, there is probably going to be some kind of world Bitcoin standard at some stage, but right now no one is taking Bitcoin as payment. There's no real way to do that right now, unless most payments are done through exchanging Bitcoin onto a fiat ramp and then using the fiat to make the payment itself. With our system there, that's where we've got a merchant terminal inside our wallet. So anybody here that's got a shop or sells any kind of goods or services, you can just open up a wallet and go into the merchant terminal, and using QR codes and balances, you can basically become a merchant today, and you can accept Softnotes as payment, as a direct payment. It's just as fast as Apple Pay. It's very, very fast, very, very smooth, and that's really what we're aiming for. We're probably early into the market because most people are sort of speculating on Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's more of a speculative instrument right now than it is a need for payments, and that's what it was originally designed for in 2009 with the white papers, and we want to stay true to that. So that's why we designed the wallet the way it is, the merchant terminal the way it is, and there will come a day in which people are going to flood the Bitcoin, and the natural gravity is going to come towards us, we believe.
I believe so as well. I think eventually, I think Bitcoin will get the adoptions that I think it deserves eventually. 100%. I love the fact that you guys are actually pretty much equipped as far as your, like you spoke on there, your merchant terminal in there. That's actually really cool. I did not know that. Now let's talk about the fees. How does that work? Now, let's see, if I want to go to a store, I transact, am I paying like a fee, like a merchant fee, as a spender, or where is that fee going to? Or who takes that fee?
Yeah, good question there. So anybody that mints a Softnote or provides liquidity for a Softnote, there is a smart contract inside that Softnote. So every time that Softnote goes through a merchant terminal, we charge the merchant up to, but never over, 1% for that transaction. So if you go to a shop with your Softnotes that you minted today and filled liquidity with today, and it was $100 worth of Bitcoin that you spent, the merchant, he'll take those Softnotes off you, and it'll pass through his system. We charge him 1%, so $1 will come out of his account and into a treasury account, and then that, through smart contracts, is redistributed back to anybody that builds on our network. So anybody that is a minter or liquidity provider will get 20% each, and if you're a node operator, you'll get an additional 20% as well. So it's absolutely free for the user, exactly like how you would use fiat currency at an ordinary shop with your debit card. Visa, they charge 3-4%. So we're already beating them. We're already competitive with them, with their merchant fees, because of our technology. But yeah, users don't have to, anybody that uses our system there doesn't have to pay for it, so it's not like traditionally where if you want to spend your Bitcoin, you're going to have to incur fees yourself. We reverse that, and it's only the merchant terminal. So any soft notes that pass through the merchant terminals, we charge 1%. That goes into a treasury account and then is redistributed back to the minters and the liquidity providers of our system. And that's perpetual. So if that soft note went through 5 merchant terminals in one day, then you would get 5 rewards because you provided, you're the one that minted the soft note and provided liquidity to the soft note. So it's a very cool system. Whenever you really think about it, it can give you passive rewards for life based on how healthy how healthy our system is. So the more soft notes that goes through merchant terminals, the bigger the rewards. So it'll probably start off as a slow burner, but it's like a steam train. Like once it gets going, it's gonna have immense amount of energy behind it.
Right, and that comes with the adoption of BTC as well. I like that. Actually, there's a lot of incentive to get that. You guys take the 1% from the businesses and you guys kick it back to the ecosystem to incentivize people to partake in the ecosystem. So I think that's a great incentive there. But 1%, that's actually really good because I'm actually, as a business owner myself, I average around 2%, plus you have that 10 cents per transaction. So with 1%, that's actually like almost half off right out the gate. Now that applies to everyone, or does that depend on like the volume of the business, or just that is that like a fix for everyone?
No, it's up to 1%, but never over 1%. So yeah, there is
Up
going
to
to be
one.
some metrics to sort of to get into there. So obviously, if we were able to get a big chain, let's say Walmart, we got Walmart in with us. Obviously, there we could compete very, very hard, and we could go down to 0.4, 0.5% of a fee, a merchant fee. So it's very competitive, because the technology is very cutting edge. We're able to really compete and get right down to the 0.5%, which is very competitive.
Up to 1%, that's actually pretty amazing. So you guys would never exceed 1%. I think that itself alone is actually that's pretty good. That's really good actually. Now, Trevor, I mean, you guys have a system down. I think. The way you guys approach things is very efficient, very simple, and I feel like people get it once they understand it. But it seems like it require a lot of education intensive. So how are you guys planning to go out there and educate the consumer, educate the people, the business on your payment system? And is this very capital extensive to do that? Have you guys looked into it, and what would it take?
Yeah, well, right now, the main research that we've done is leading us to say that it's best to use what they call ISO organizations. These are independent sales organizations, and basically they're already going door to door, merchant to merchant, and selling all kinds of point of sales services, such as your Stripe, your Visa, your MasterCard. So basically, we'll be able to go to these organizations and say to them, look, you can now, you can now accept crypto payments as a point of sale, and this is going to be the future. So that's our research is telling us that's the best way to go right now, and that there's, as we do have the merchant terminal in its beta version at the minute, and we want to try and make it more sleek, the front end more sleek and more adaptive, more intuitive. And once we sort of iron out all those little details, we'll then have a full commercial product to go to these organizations, these ISO organizations, and they already have their clients. So all we're doing is giving them an extra an extra tool, I guess, there for them to go out and try and sell to the merchant terminals. That's really where we think we'd benefit the most. That's not to say that we're going to have other campaigns as well. With the uprise of AI, AI is becoming an amazing tool for up leveling your sales, and we could start using AI software tools there to sort of reach out to these merchant terminals as well in countries where there might not be these organizations. So there's many different ways to skin a cat, but they're the two main ways that we're seeing so far, and we will be rolling that out. We are accepting merchant terminals at the minute. I think we're looking for a full-time employee to onboard merchants as well. I think we might even have them employed at the moment, but that's where we see it right now. And with the coming 2 years, we're getting close to the Bitcoin halving. We're going to finally start seeing some real good green candles, and just like the last bull run, Bitcoin was on the tip of everybody's tongue. So as soon as we get into this bull run there, it's going to be a lot easier to sort of sell the idea of a crypto payment system there that's free and instant for the user, and only charge 1% commission, up to 1% commission for the merchants.
Yeah, 100%. I think you guys have a very unique product. I think, when I first heard of you guys, I'm like, another payment transaction. Do we need another one, right? Another payment system, right? But I think you guys have something that's actually very unique. It's never been done. And I love the simplicity of it. Very simple, to the point. But again, you guys solve all the bottleneck, the congestion of the Bitcoin. I think that's very important. And I think you guys are the only one actually out there doing this type of payment system. So I think it's going to require some education. It will require some time, like you say, maybe the next bull run. And with you guys having a person in place to onboard the merchants, I think that's going to help a lot. But I definitely see this, like you said, micro payments. I think this is where you guys will make the biggest impact out there and get that adoption with your system.
Yeah, exactly. And for the educational side of things, there's definitely a lot of learning when it comes to the building of the system, because you need to learn a lot to sort of mint and provide liquidity and know why you're doing it and the benefits of it and whatnot. But I think once, we will get to a point in which people are building, the people that are building the system, they're going to need, that bit of an education series. But I think for anybody that uses the system, once they use it a couple of times, it's just going to be second nature. We've replicated it as best we can to the way people use cash today. Because you've got your Softnotes is basically a bill. It's a Bitcoin bill, and everybody knows how to use fiat bills. So I think for the people who are building on the ecosystem, providing liquidity and minting and so on, there is going to be a bit of a learning curve for them. But I think for anybody using it, anybody that just wants to get a Softnote and use it, I think that's going to be it's going to be very, very easy.
Right. Now, how long you guys launched the project? How long has it been, Trevor?
The token itself was launched. We did a fair launch on Gempad there on the last week of June, and we had a very, very successful launch there. Like, we broke a lot of records there. I think we broke the largest volume in the first minute, the first hour, and the first day, I believe, and the total amount. We then went, I think it was 4 or 5 days later there, we went on to our first DEX, and we've been continuing to jump on DEXs and CEXs since then. I think we're up on over a dozen between DEXs and CEXs there. We're up to about a dozen, or maybe 14 or 15. And we're up still, what, 2x, 3x from where we started. And we're just going to wait for the next sort of bull run, to sort of really push on the marketing side of things there, because things are overall in the market, people are still sort of sitting tight. We believe, we're all excited to try and get going and whatnot, but a lot of people, sediment seems to be just waiting. Everybody seems to be waiting on at least or until the Bitcoin halving. I think we are going to have a little bit more pain, where we're at with Bitcoin. I think we're going to have one sharp sort of cut, and then it's off to the races. But everybody seems to be sort of sitting at that point. So there will get a point there where there's going to be a lot more friction and a lot more, it's going to be a lot easier to do the marketing side of things. And, we're going to be gearing up for that. So, but yeah, we had a great launch, very, very successful launch. And that, that's a big thank you to our community. Anybody that was with us the last couple of years really stuck by us during the whole FTX thing last year. That really put a lot of pain and pressure on a lot of companies that really didn't deserve it. We weathered that storm. Our community weathered it with us. And I think we released at the right time. Everybody said there, now's kind of the time before the bull run to release, so that you can shake all the paper hands out and whatnot there, and then have a real solid foundation there, so that whenever those green candles come in, they come in fierce and ferocious.
Yeah, I'm actually just put up your data on CoinGecko just now. So you guys are sitting at $5.74. The market cap is at 5 million. What really stands out is that I'm looking at the max supply right now, and you guys only have 10 million. Am I seeing, is that a correct data on there? 10 million total supply?
Yeah, that's correct. There's 10 million. We wanted to keep it. We wanted to keep it pretty low, and 10 million is there. There will only ever be 10 million token, a max of 10 million tokens in supply. So a very low number.
Very low. Wow, I did not know that it's that low. Yeah, there's only 10 million total supply. That's actually very, very low. Bitcoin has 21, so this is really low. Your circulating supply is less than 1 million, so you still have a lot of tokens locked away. And you guys are on Mexi, Bitmart, Bitget, and CoinW. It looks like you guys are averaging a volume around 1 million a day. Is that correct? Around there?
Yeah, a little over 1 million. And one of the things to really consider is, we are a utility token, and that's something that seems to. We thought the market would be really open for that, but there's still this little bit of gambling going on. There's still this little bit of meme coin season still going on, even though I've never met anybody that hasn't got burnt from meme coins. So we haven't had that sort of euphoric up and down as you would see with a meme coin. We've got a token there that's got a utility, and we think that utility is very, very solid there. Because as we say, you can take that one coin, exchange it for 100 soft notes, and then you've got passive income for the rest of your life, and that's going to supersede any meme coin or any kind of coin that's out there at the minute. And that's what we believe.
Right. All right. Well, it looks really good, Trevor. I think you did very good on presenting the project. I think you have the right infrastructure, and everything is simple and efficient to the point. I think it can get adoption. I really think it can. I don't see anyone out there that actually have like a full-blown retailer campaign trying to push the payment as the as the payment to be for the retailers. And it's because I think it's just the nature of the problems that we're facing right now. But I think you guys can do that, man. I really like to see you guys have a huge campaign pushing that for the retailers, towards the retailers. And I'll be following. If you guys, update me or in the room that you guys onboarding merchants, I would definitely throw a lot of money in. I like the project. I love what I hear from you. Seems like you guys have the right infrastructure for it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I really appreciate that. It is the grand vision, although it is simple there. It's realizing it. At some stage something's going to give, and there's going to, there's going to be a point in time in which people are going to rely on cryptocurrency for payments. And well and truly, it's Bitcoin and everything else. And Bitcoin is incorruptible, and it runs like clockwork. And we see that with congestion fees and everything that we spoke about, that's really going to hinder mass adoption there, because everybody wants everything now. They want fast and instant. They want everything now. And if you have to start explaining to people there, well, you're going to have to wait either 10 minutes for this block or 20 minutes for the next block to verify. People aren't going to just wait that long, and with our scaling solution there, we can basically put that and say, look, here it is, free and instant Bitcoin. You can use it. And then any of the maxis that sort of think, is this real Bitcoin? They can take their password, they can burn the smart contract, get their private keys, and then use it like regular crypto or regular Bitcoin. But then they're back into the congestion and back into the network fees. So we think we've really thought about it there, and we really think we've covered all the areas in which to make the ultimate payment system with an underlying asset that appreciates over time. And we could be early, or we are early, because we're still with cryptocurrency, we're still in that speculative game. 90% of the people I know, they trade Bitcoin, the hold Bitcoin for the long term there, but they don't actually know much about Bitcoin, if that makes sense. The fundamentals behind it, and it is a long journey. It definitely is a long journey there, but that's where we hope to sort of shorten that educational journey, where people just open up a wallet, use the wallet, and then keep using the wallet. And all they have to worry about is either in the public sense, using our wallet to do the amounts, and the system does everything automatically. Or if they want to make a completely private and anonymous transaction, they just basically have to learn that there's the serial number, there's the passcode. Don't lose that, or you lose your Bitcoin. And and keep going on. We really believe we've changed the paradigm for the good. And me personally, I think it's going to be a lot of these countries at the moment that are seeing hyperinflation that are going to benefit the most. Your Venezuela's, your Lebanon's, all the, Turkey as well. These are the countries that have felt real pain. They've seen their savings just inflate into nothing. So they're very cautious in what they opt in and opt out of. They don't trust their fiat currencies anymore. A lot of them are flooding to Bitcoin and flooding to USDT, and we want to have the ultimate payment system for them to trust. So that's where we're at. We're early to the party there, but it's better early than too late, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. I think we are very early still. Like you mentioned, like with this here, you're solving the minor issue, the congestion issue. Now, have you guys got in touch with Saylor yet?
No, not
no.
yet. Yeah, but I could honestly, the likes of Saylor, he is the ultimate man to sort of figure out this system there and see where to use it, because obviously his company MicroStrategy holds an immense amount of Bitcoin in their balance sheets. And what a better way to accumulate more Bitcoin is than to use that Bitcoin as the liquidity for our system. And then for every soft note that they you can sell your soft notes for cryptocurrency. So he could stack serial numbers and accumulate Bitcoin on his balance sheet there. For me, it's a no-brainer for any business like MicroStrategy that's holding Bitcoin in their balance sheets, because you can just accumulate and accumulate and accumulate and push the system to its limit, So, and look, Saylor's one person that I listen to regular. His insight, his vision. He's miles ahead of the curve at the minute. There, he's seeing things that people aren't seeing, and explaining it in a very, very simple way. So we definitely need the likes of Saylor's to really push out to the legacy world, and we definitely need the likes of Saylor there to help support a system like ours there, which could really benefit the world.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, he owns so many Bitcoins that if he fills that up with a soft note, he provides the LP in, and he gets that, the fees from the transactions. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But he's a proponent of, BRC20. So when I look at this, when I analyze your project, I feel like this is something he would support as well, because I think he does recognize, he's actually a proponent of the lightning speed, lightning network, I mean. And but I think you guys take it to a whole different level. This would definitely help Bitcoins, and he's a Bitcoin guy. So yeah, get a hold of him. I would love to see his take on this. But I think he will like it. I think he's the guy who can actually take you guys to a whole different level as well.
Yeah, exactly there. And yeah, like if we had the means to have a conversation with him there, we'd definitely have a conversation with him. So if anybody knows him there, let us know, and you can set up a meeting for us. We'll be very appreciative of that.
Everyone that's listening, go to Saylor's Twitter. I think he does have a Twitter. He does, or YouTube. Tag him.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. Take him. Spam his Twitter, social media handles.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Trevor, it's been a great chat, great presentation. Is there anything else that you want to speak on before we take some questions from the community?
No, I've actually got a hard stop there in a few minutes. So I do apologize. I'll not be able to take any questions there. But if
I'll tell you what, Trevor, we will pin your Telegram, guys. It's late over there. I'm pretty sure it's late for you as well. So we will pin. But on the last pin there, Trevor, if you guys have somebody who want to come back in and answer some of the questions, it's up to you. But we would pin your Telegram. And I recommend that you guys join the Telegram. And if you have any questions, you can always interact with the team inside the Telegram. I definitely understand. It's late for you, and you guys are very busy. So that's no problem.
Yeah, thanks for appreciating that. Yeah. I've just got the wee ones bedtime, and if we don't get them into bed now, I don't think we'll ever get them into bed.
No problem, Trevor. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and I look forward to I'll be following you guys, and I look forward to hear you guys from you guys again in the future soon here.
Yeah. Thanks very much for having us again there. We'll definitely be back on there at some stage in the coming future there, and give everybody a good update. And if anybody wants to learn any more, the best way there is just jump on the website or jump onto the Telegram groups. And we've also got a bit of AI software called TIA, Anybody can download the TIA widget for Telegram, and basically it's our own AI model that will educate you with anything to do with Tectum, Softnote, and cryptocurrency in general. So definitely check that out, because it explains it much better than I can.
Awesome, awesome, Trevor. And we will make sure that just let us know. Okay, let me know if there's any kind of pin that you want us to pin, any kind of updates. We always like to support projects that that we've done AMA with. So thank you so much again, Trevor, and take care and have a good night. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, we have Santa Claus Mike, and again, guys, if you guys want to learn more about the project, I think Tectum, I think is a great project. I think they do something very unique. When I first heard about Tectum, I'm like, oh my gosh, another payment system, right? We hear that all the time, but I think they have something very unique, very unique. Instead of actually transact with like sending BTC, they actually you send the whole wallet pretty much from one person to the next person. So it's not really registering anything on the blockchain. So with that, you don't congest up the blockchain BTC chain. So it solves a lot of problems. A very unique concept. Anyway, so Mike's gonna come back on and he's gonna do a giveaway like we always do. So Santa Mike, the floor is yours, brother.
What? All right, that was a great AMA. I really got to enjoy listening in on that one the last time I was driving. So, yes, absolutely amazing attendance today. We had 232 total participants in on this amazing AMA, Return to AMA with Tectum. So we're going to have $20 to give away on this wheel today. And don't worry, I'm going to be going through all of those questions as well. And we're still going to award $20 there. A lot of great questions in there, so I'll be sure to read every single one of them, award that accordingly there. And we also still have the Twitter going on. Just wanted to mention that and be on the lookout for the YouTube after this. What? Get this shuffle up there.
I saw Zingping on the cam. Zingping, are you part of the team or you just want to show us your handsome face?
Quite a face.
Wow, I'm actually really surprised that we have 200 something participants because today is the holiday over in USA. It was day.
Yes.
So yeah, very good attendance.
Congratulations, Lisa X. Won yourself $20 on the wheel there. Amazing. And yeah, I hope everybody's going to have a nice, beautiful day here today. It's gorgeous out over here on the East Coast. How's the weather over there on the West Coast, brother?
It's a little rainy. Yeah, sprinkle it a bit, but I'm gonna go out after this. Just gonna go have a coffee and just kick back and do a little barbecue tonight.
Love it. Absolutely going to be doing the same thing. As soon as I get up from here, I'm going to get everything all posted up, guys. So be on the lookout as well for the $15 YouTube opportunity. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful day or night, wherever you're from.
All right, guys. Well, we'll chat to you guys. I think we do have an AMA tomorrow as well in the next day. And I think I'll pretty much booked up for the week as well. And for those that are listening, if you're a developer, we do have a thing called Eagles Den, right? Where we allow the project, there's no fee, there's no charge at all. We want to have an opportunity for projects to come and pitch their project completely free. Get with Mike, DM him, and he has all the instruction. I think we do have, what is that / Mike in the room that has the link to that?
That is /Eagles Den. I'll actually run it right now. And there it is.
There you go. So yes, click on that link, apply for it, and Mike will look at it. He will analyze the project. If it meets the criteria, then we will bring you on. And you have, we like to say 5 minutes, but pretty much very free as far as allowing you to speak about your project. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for you guys to come in and give us an overview of your project without any fees at all. So if you're listening and you're a developer, it's a great thing to do. All right, guys. Well, yes.
just wanted to add to the Eagles Den are a lot of fun too. You know, you get to hear 3-4 different projects coming in. It's absolutely great time too. So if you like it, fill it out. We'll see you on the next one.
I like Ego Stand. The reason is because I just allow the team to speak. I don't have to really dissect the white paper fully. Every time we do a project like an AMA,